You're about to watch another exciting episode of the Dungeon Run, but did you know that you can actually be part of the adventure? Tune in live on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and you can make your voice heard and help determine the fate of our adventurers. Hope to see you there.
Hello, everybody!
Welcome back for our finale, season finale of Fortune and Fate.
Woo!
And there is so much more to happen. There is so much more to come. We've had some fun pre-show conversations that we're going to get into. I am Gabe Hicks, your dungeon master, but I'm going to let these people smarter than me take it from here to talk about all of the amazing stuff that is happening here on the Dungeon Run.
Thank you, Gabe. Thank you so much for everybody. As he said, welcome to our season finale. Welcome back to the incredible Jalen, Cassell, and the amazing Naseem Etemad. We're so happy to have you back here with us. Thank you. And by the way, thank you to the entire cast that we've had over this season of Fortune and Fate, including not only Jared Kajak and Katie Michaels, but Kelly Lynn D'Angelo, Persephone Valentine, Christine Ariel, Adriana Casador, and Todd Stashwick. We love you all, and we're so happy to have had you as part of this story. But let's see. We are a channel that is largely funded by Patreon, so please go to patreon.com/thedungeonrun. There's been a lot of amazing stuff on there in the last week or so, including a bunch of stuff about our new campaign that we just launched in studio a couple weeks ago. So you can find, let's see, stat blocks. You can find cast secrets where the cast will let you behind on like little notebook material from their characters and stuff about the story. I did a 35-minute one this weekend. Just, apropos for me.
Just 35 minutes.
Just a light 35. It's basically like a stand-up
Quick
routine.
30.
Yeah,
Quick 30. It's fine.
I have a lot to say. But yes, we have so much more exciting things coming.
I haven't posted it yet, but one of the things that I want to do as part of my character for campaign 2 is she's a singer, is I want to post in the Patreon exclusively for them, for my cast secret, for you to give me ideas, and I want to improvise a song for you. So
Ooh, well,
that's our little secret.
What tier is that?
What tier is it? Watcher?
I believe that's no. Oh, for cast secrets, I believe that's the warden tier, or no, the avatar tier, or the amulet keeper tier.
Morgan, I think it's your mic is freaking out again a little bit here. We can take it from here, I think.
One of those days.
Well, we figure that out. Yeah, we saw you too, Amask. Yeah, you might want to mute your mic here, Morgan. I want to say thank you to everybody in chat who's been here hanging out with us and all of your support. We have a lot of subscriptions to the channel, and if you didn't know, if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, look, it's Prime Day right now and yesterday. If you have a Prime subscription, you get a free subscription to any Twitch channel. So thank you so much to everybody who has chosen our channel, The Dungeon Run, for your free sub. I see that Gamer Share cheered us with 300 bits. Fallstar cheered some bits. Angel Devilson with some bits. Fallstar gave out 10 community gift subs. Holy cow. Another Prime sub. Thank you so much. We had a hype train that got us going. Gift subs from Kiro De La Fey and Abracadabra with 5 community gift subs. Oh my God. Thank you so much for all of your support. Do we have any other announcements that we want to say before we get into it?
Not if I sound like a robot.
Morgan still sounds like a robot.
We've got some changes to the store coming soon, including some of the new art from JD Illustrates for our new characters, so keep a lookout for that. My plan is to have it dropped before the next episode 2 weeks from now. So guys, keep a lookout for that. Anything else? That will include map. So we'll have the map of Toss available come 2 weeks from now as well. I think that's pretty much it in terms of updates as far as I know. And Morgan's thumbs upping and nodding at us, which means that
the
sounds
Wookiee King
like it's
just
right.
cheered. A huge cheer. Thank you, Wookiee King.
Oh, thank you, Wookiee King.
And do we want to say anything about how this is the series finale of Fortune and Fate? Very, very, very special stream.
Yeah, season finale. We've said that a couple times.
Okay, Morgan.
Horrible.
Your Warlock patron is coming out strong right now.
Seriously.
Well, thank you all for sticking with us through all of these different episodes. We have had this is, I think, the show that I have got to encounter the most characters in like a season of a show. And it's been very fun seeing how it all come together, all of these different relationships. All of you have little different secrets with each others that the others might not know because they weren't there for the moment. I am excited to see how this goes. Don't forget that you can influence this show by adding advantages or disadvantages. And I'm going to say this to all of you. Usually, I am a kind DM. I had a talk with everyone before the show. There's a pretty good chance that some of them are going to die. So those advantages and disadvantages that you will donate to them, well, they're going to be very important today. Beyond that, I don't have anything else to say besides through the portal.
Do we want to do sorry, I apologize. Do we want to do character intros or we do that after the portal?
I would just do that after the portal.
Perfect.
Now, through the portal. Last we were on Fortune and Fate, our lovely adventurers met a friendly, tiny, multicolored dragonborn named Ayat. This figure helped them and gave them a bit of information about what horrible atrocities were happening here. A large abomination tried to burrow down deep, deep to the lower floors, but the party was able to stop the beast and save Ayat in the moment. Ayat led them to a gateway which they all walked through, and then later on they found themselves together once more, trying to stop some sort of collapse of this dungeon that they were all in. Because if the dungeon collapses and falls, they'll never be able to find their way back to the surface. So instead they seek something, anything, to be their saving grace. But will they find it? Or will they find something else instead? I don't even know, but I'm hopeful. So let's get to know our lovely, beautiful, intrepid, talented, now level 5 adventurers. And let's start with you, Jalen.
Ooh. Well, I am Zephyros Aegisair. I'm a little blue-feathered owlin, a little owl person, and I'm a wizard that likes to read lots of books, so much so that I decided to learn to be part of the Order of Scribes. And I have lots of friends, even some friends that don't want to be my friends, but someday they will. It'll happen. And that's who I am, and I've been asleep for a little bit, recharging, because I used up all of my spells before. Hi.
I want to be your friend.
Thank
I
you.
definitely want to be your friend.
Well, if you want to be his friend, their friend, and please introduce yourself to us then.
Oh my god, hi, my name is Desi, Elix. I am a very small, about 4'9" Triton lady with some bright aqua skin, glistening with moisture, and an outfit ensemble crafted out of netting, thick roped netting, and some strategically placed seashells. Long, kelp-like dark green hair that finishes in a bright yellow tone, and it always seems like it's a little bit moving in the wind.
Beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
You know what else is gorgeous? The color red. But who is Red?
Hi, my name is Red Wigglebottom, and I am an alchemist. You can tell by this science lab coat I'm wearing and my Coke bottle glasses. My tail is very long and looks a lot like a raccoon tail, but when you look at my face, you can tell that I am not a raccoon, but I am in fact a red panda simic hybrid. Hi. I also recently almost died, and it changed me a little bit, and now, for some reason, I feel very close to the Fae.
A definitely not Fae-related person that's totally a normal human, Zell.
So if you haven't met Zell, she appears to be a very nondescript human. But when she pulls back her cloak, she is startlingly beautiful. But we did find out last time we saw Zell that she is secretly, dun dun dun, a hag. She is a disgusting, warty, old lady hag with like dried fingers and old coins and scabs all over her body. But she can transform back and forth at will. So for now, she is so beautiful.
We just call that cosplay where I'm from.
I just call that contouring where I'm from.
That's fair. And last but not least, the one who gives me a little bit of fear, Ned.
I try. I'm here to help. Yeah, Nedren is a Vidalcan rogue. He is a almost 7 foot tall, Abe Sapien looking aquatic amphibious guy. He is a soul knife rogue, so that when every now and then when in battle, you will see him seemingly conjure what look like 2-dimensional, almost hand pencil drawn daggers in his hands. But besides that, I've been told I ask a lot of questions. And he's kind of a cerebral, he's a warrior, which has made him great for this.
With these 5, you all find yourself standing in something strange considering this place. Hallways that go forward, back, left, right, standing in a crossroads of what looks to be just a normal dungeon. No trees, no sand, no buildings, but looks to be a stone dungeon. And there's a warmth in the air, humidity. You hear steam almost coming through the floor, and a wet sloshing far ahead of you. And then you see it. It's slow and small, from ahead of you inching forward. Tiny tendrils on a small, almost the size of your fist, red body. And it drags itself to a slow. A toothy mouth opens once. And then it exhales and lays on the ground. A mimic heart. Incapacitated and flattened in front of you. Almost deflated like a balloon.
How far away?
30 or 40 feet.
I conjure a dagger and throw it at it.
What are you doing?
It could be a potential friend.
It sinks right into it.
Do we know what a mimic heart is?
Trust.
Some of you do.
Trust us.
Some of you have
Do-
never seen this before.
Do I?
I don't think you had seen it, actually.
We've been
Okay.
dealing with these things. They will crawl inside of your body and they will walk you around like a puppet. You do not want to deal with those.
That sounds like nightmares.
Yes.
Wait
By the
a
way,
minute.
Red, it's really good to see you. Hi. And Zeph, was it, by the way?
Zephyros Aegisir, but you can call me Zeph if you want to be my friend.
Pleasure. And how tall are you, Zeph, by the way?
Oh, funny you should ask. I am Only about 3'9".
Oh goodness. Okay. Yeah. So yes. Ned is probably stooped somewhat in this tight hallway, but he definitely extends a large blue hand down to you. He has very long limbs. His big old wingspan, our boy. But yes, really nice to meet you.
Red comes up and hugs Ned's leg, and he's like, "I'm so glad that you're alive.
I'm so glad that you're alive."
And he points to
Zell.
Zell, thank you, and says, "I got her back for you."
It's good to see you, Zell.
Back? Zell, where'd you go?
Oh no, she stabbed Ned when he wasn't paying attention, and I turned it around on her.
You're that Ned!
Yes.
I heard about your stabbing.
I am that Ned.
About that.
Some friends you've got here, Ned.
Yes, by the way, this is Desi.
Cool.
Desi, look, this place sucks. Big time. Did you intend to stab me? I mean, were you under the sway of something?
Zell, you hear a chuckle in your head, a familiar voice.
I mean, when are we not under the influence of something?
Especially when you're a hag.
Very
Yes.
lovely hag.
You're a hag?
Thank you.
Well, sort of. Well,
Sometimes.
Cheers.
Yes, but look,
Noted.
what's a light stabbing between friends, especially those who do the stabbing all the time?
Just-
You're fine, right? I don't even see a scratch upon you.
Yeah, no, there's a scratch. It's under the armor, but that's fine. I mean, we'll just warn me next time. How about that?
Hey, Gabe,
sure.
what is that? What is that mimic heart doing right now while we're having this conversation? Because Red is like keeping his eye on that thing.
It looks like it's steaming and starting to fizzle.
is that normal? Guys, is that normal? Should we stab it again?
Is that worth anything? Should we take it with us?
Should we lightly stab it together as friends?
Only if it's worth something, then I don't want to injure it further.
Do you know that sensation when you're in a car and you have the bass turned up way too high and you can feel the bass? You feel bass pulse through the hallway and it's like a doof, 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 twice.
It feels like a heart.
Feels like
It's
something.
still beating, and I don't know if this is really worth anything, but I don't think it's a good idea to be anywhere near it. So I vote for friendship killing.
Yeah!
Got it. Okay. By the way, Gabe, when did we last see Eot?
Going through the portal. You didn't see them come out.
We're not holding hands anymore?
No.
Okay.
My friend.
There is something to look out for. Red, Zell, Zeph, a dragonborn, sort of. Seems to be all different colors.
You all notice water seems to pool underneath your feet, kind of like a puddle coming from the south tunnel. And the water is red.
Great.
It doesn't seem sticky though, but it is a red liquid.
Prismatic dragonborn.
Yeah. So we can move now, but I just want to say that is, do not knife that person from a distance without saying anything, because they are a friend and also they are extremely powerful.
Okay.
And
Why were
Red
you looking at
pulls-
me when you said that?
I just want you to be careful. Look, others may not be as forgiving.
You've established a baseline, Zell. We're just keeping you at your baseline.
I need everyone to make a perception check for me. The first roll of the game.
roll,
I love
first
this.
roll.
I love this so much. I want you to know, thanks to Abracadabra, you're all rolling at disadvantage.
That
was a roller coaster.
Let's go.
Great start.
I rolled a 19.
Oh,
Hey, good job.
Okay.
At disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
No,
Oh,
I'm just
Oh.
expressing my disappointment. Oh, but I rolled another 19.
Whoa.
it wasn't 18, but now a 3.
A 5.
a 2 and a 3. That's a 5.
Amazing.
I got a 12.
I think it's just Desi then. Desi, everyone is having this conversation, and you're watching them discuss, but you're thinking about, where did your friend go? Where is Ayat? And you start looking around, and as you're looking around, you notice coming down the left pathway, the pathway to the west, there's a tiny little metallic spider crawling along the walls towards the intersection where you all are. And I say tiny, but I don't mean tiny. I mean like tiny in a sense that it's like a bird-eating spider size. So it's like a hand size.
I don't like any of that.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
great.
I'm okay with you stabbing that.
It looks like it has like 2 mouth pincers.
In a sort of panic,
Mandibles.
she's going to cry out a little bit. Ayat, darling, where are you? Where have you gone to? If you can hear me, please come back.
Red's going to take a little vial from his side pack, from his alchemy tools set, and pick up a little bit of that red, trying not to get it on his own hands, but just sort of in one of the vials, and cap it off. And
It seems like as you scoop it up, it looks like there's water underneath it. Think like vinegar on top of water.
great, so perfect. So when I put it in the vial, it's like mostly water, but there seems to be a
red layer on
floating.
top.
Do I have any idea in my knowledge of alchemy and liquids and so on and so forth, what might this be? I mean, something that's heavier than water, or lighter than water. You're saying it's floating on the top, so it's top
Yes.
and then water. Okay, so it's
Make
lighter
an
than
intelligence check.
water. Sure.
Yeah, just a straight intelligence check.
Okay.
Because you are in. Okay.
I do have Arcana and Medicine, just as a straight roll. I'm guessing.
Straight roll. Yeah.
Okay. That would be a big old 6.
It doesn't feel like it's a new liquid. It reminds you of something, but you can't place what it is.
Something familiar about this, but I'm not quite sure what it is.
Does anyone know what the metallic spider is?
What?
Anybody seen those?
And it now like crawls onto the floor, and it's like slowly approaching.
Is it within
Has
30 feet?
Zell seen it before? She's seen some weird stuff.
Nope.
It's about 50 feet. You said Zell. Ooh.
Has Zell seen it before?
Um,
I'm chucking a dagger at it.
Zell, you've actually. Interestingly enough, make a history check.
Okay.
Huh.
Do I have any advantage or disadvantage? That was a really bad roll.
You do not, sadly.
All right, that's a 6.
Everybody's. I just snuck a peek. All the advantages are going to Gabe tonight.
As an aside there, I am an artificer. Is this familiar to me in any way as an artificer? I mean, outside of it being a metallic spider that's walking around, is this something
the weird little thing?
Yeah.
Strangely, no. It resembles like an automaton, but it's an automaton usually is more of like a copper or a bronze. This is a very clean, almost silvery kind of spider. And Zell, you would have sworn that you've seen like maybe a hag in the coven working with small creatures, but it looks like this resembles a small spider-like familiar that someone was trying to imitate in a metallic form instead.
That is not an automaton.
And
I
go
think we
ahead
should
and
keep-
roll that attack if you would like to.
I think we should keep it alive. It
Okay.
appears to
To
be
help?
someone's. It could be someone's familiar.
I'll just try and
To
take
help
a
Ned
slice.
out, can I get 20 feet closer and cast Gust to knock it over on its back?
Huh, yeah, sure.
Okay. It needs
Okay.
to
Alright,
make a
carry
strength
on.
save
I will be way back here. She
of
backs up.
15.
It digs down, and the wind like tries to blow it back, but it like taps its mandibles together. When it taps its mandibles together, a little spark comes. And Red, something clicks in your head. It didn't smell like it, but the consistency reminded you of something. It reminded you a bit oil,
Oh no!
and the ground ignites.
Run.
I need everyone to make me a dex saving throw.
I fly in the air.
Oh.
As you are,
As soon as those mandibles click,
It's Grace.
and Naseem, I'm sorry to say, you actually have to roll at disadvantage thanks to Chafrikas.
Oh
Yes.
We're
no!
making enemies tonight.
Dex
Dex
saving
save.
throw. You said? All right, come on.
Yep,
21.
dex save. 21, beautiful.
11.
I love that rogue deck save.
16.
17.
So who got above a 16?
I mean, me met it.
Only not the bird.
As I'm flying in the air.
So then here's where the fun begins.
Oh, no.
And also, I guess because is I'm gonna check something. If I'm gonna kill anybody, I'm gonna do it right. Evasion is
We
level
appreciate
7.
that. Appreciate
Thank
No, yeah, we only have uncanny dodge. We don't have evasion yet.
Okay. You all, well, Jalen, you take 12 points of fire damage. Everyone else takes 6. As the ground ignites. And the horrible thing is, depending on how you start a fire, water makes it worse, like grease fires. Which is why I love the spell Grease in Dungeons and Dragons. This hallway starts to fill with smoke at this point. It's not so hard that you can't see yet, but in a moment, it'll be almost impossible to see. What direction do you go? North, south, east, or west?
Okay.
North is where the heart came from. West is where the spider came from. South is where the liquid came from. Nothing came from the east. Where would you like to go?
East.
I don't know. Either Gabe is sending us a clear message, or
I mean, but in quickest moments of instinct, we're not having a lot of like literally the floor's on fire.
I will give you 40 seconds real time to decide.
As my wings are on fire, I cling to the wettest person I can find. So Ned, that would be
I'm
you.
amphibious. I'm
Oh.
amphibious.
And
yes.
so I just wrap around.
Or
and try
yeah,
to-
or we have a Triton here with us as well. Actually, yeah,
That's
Desi
right.
might be the better option.
Desi.
and a
Okay.
sandwich.
All right, so
East?
South, east.
Oh, south.
I don't want to go where those hearts came from. And that person just lit us on fire, and the gas came from the other place.
East.
All right, come on. East we
So
go.
you all move east. As you start moving, the water doesn't seem to trail behind you and it starts to dissipate a little bit. You do feel the heat on your skin and it starts to dissipate. The smoke hasn't followed you. You're running for 10, 15, 30 seconds, and then you find yourselves in a wide open room. It almost looks like an altar, a chamber, and the door slams behind you. You see in front of you 5 different pillars with different words written on them. The pillars are about 4 foot high, so some of you can see over them. And interestingly enough, in the center of the pillars that have formed almost a star shape, you see a dome, a small dome of energy. And inside of it is a person looming, almost crumpled up like a newborn babe. And to some of you, very similar, a multicolored dragonborn. Ayat.
Is that your friend?
I think it might be. But he looks smaller? No.
Almost like crumpled, like they're scrunched up
Okay.
inside of this
Also,
orb.
very strong trap feelings right now.
You said there's
Agreed.
writing on each. Okay.
Yes, there are.
Do we know the language?
Depends. Do any of you speak Draconic?
Ooh, no.
I cast comprehend languages.
Yeah.
Get
Jerk.
it, wizard. Get
I
it,
like to
wizard.
read.
Yeah.
So
They're
you
literally order of scribes.
on the different pillars, you see Draconic, Infernal, Celestial, Abyssal, and Elven.
Ooh, I
The
speak
draconic
two of
one.
those.
Says Elixir of Life.
Okay.
The Infernal one says Sun to Smoke.
Smoke?
The Celestial one says the last to leave you. The abyssal one says life to meet your lips. And the elven one says the support of your being.
The support of your being?
Yes.
All right.
Elixir.
Read that one. It says the support of your being.
Sun to smoke and life to meet your lips.
The last to leave you.
It's a riddle.
So,
Hello. I don't think Zell has met this person, right? But you guys have.
I
You have
haven't
not.
either.
You have not. No, we only have, and we just lost track of them a few moments ago.
Hello.
Just be Desi. Maybe you should speak to them. Desi and them seem to have kind of a rapport. Just so you know, Zell and Red, this guy killed the Rakshasa with just like a punch to the chest.
Oh.
So
There was a
don't-
Rakshasa.
Yeah, it was bad.
Strong.
He's brand new. He's very delicate and sensitive right now, so very impressionable. You know how newborns are, they're like sponges. So let's be cautious when we try and talk to him. Ayat? Can you hear me?
You see them struggling inside of it, but their eyes don't open. And then they settle.
Elixir of life.
You notice now that there are statues all around you. Would each of you make a religion check for me?
Okay. Straight rolls, advantage, disadvantages. how's
Straight
that?
rolls.
Great,
All of
great.
The advantages are mine.
Nat 20
Nat 20.
19.
Ooh.
for 24.
I don't know why
21.
Zell's randomly good at religion right now.
I feel like I've been rolling bad for weeks at this point.
Life is pain.
Apparently.
Life
So
is
you
pain.
see
they
a
don't.
handful of gods, actually, in these statues around Zell and Red. You see a statue to Oral, a goddess of winter. You see a statue to Tiamat. You see a statue to Bahamut. You see a statue to Vecna. And there are a few others that you don't recognize,
Even with the Nat 20?
even with a Nat 20.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Look, I know religion, but I don't know what these are. That's Vecna, so be careful. Hey, the dragon gods, they're both here. That's awesome. You don't see that every day. I guess that makes sense since Iat, did you say your name was? Its name is Iat?
Eot.
It is a, sorry to ask this, but does it go by he, she, they?
I mean, I
Did
think,
you know?
I think they're a lot of things. So they is probably.
So they, okay, they sounds good. Well, I know that I know pretty well that the last thing that leaves you is your breath,
Okay. Okay.
because that happened to me.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to try and breathe on the pillar?
Well, I mean, I was telling you so that maybe you could, but sure, I guess.
No, it's all right. That's fine. That's fine. I'm pretty good at dodging things if anything comes out at me. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm not so good at that.
All right.
Life
walk-
to meet your lips. It sounds like it might be water or something. What is the essence of
Or
life?
elixir of life, I thought might be one, but
Is Iat a vampire?
not gonna rule that out.
Blood.
Don't think so.
Don't think so though.
Perhaps we have to spill
Life
blood
to
on
meet
it.
your lips could be blood, yeah, especially if you're a vampire.
Zell slices her palm and drips it onto the column.
It glows a bright red and it throoms.
Oh.
Something's working.
And you
Sun-
see the sphere where the dragonborn is pulses for a moment.
Yeah, Red will go up to the one.
Which one's? I just heard somebody say it, but I don't know which one's which. Which the one that's the last thing to leave you? I can only read that one, which is the Elven one.
Let's see. What language was it? Is that what you're asking, Red?
Last to leave you was celestial. Support of your being is elven.
Yeah, I don't know which one is which. They all look kind of that one.
And he points to the infernal one and the celestial one.
Those kind of look the same to me.
The
elixir one, that was in Draconic, right?
Yes.
Is that the celestial one, Zeph?
The last to leave you.
The last to leave you.
Last to leave you. Okay, Red.
Okay. So it's that's celestial. Okay.
And Red walks up to the pillar and goes,
I'm standing behind Red, ready to grab him and run if anything happens.
It looks like it responds, but it doesn't activate.
Enough power. I got little lungs.
Probably feeling kind of silly, and Ned will go.
Same response.
Desi,
Sun to
you know a wind spell, the gust spell actually you just used.
Oh, yeah, I used
Oh, I
it.
do.
Oh
Yes,
yes,
I
or
did.
I think you. Yes.
Well, stand back a moment. I will cast Gust of Wind at second level.
Oh, careful. Okay.
You channel this magic.
Oh. Hello?
Yes.
Hi.
I couldn't hear anything for
Oh,
a
no.
second.
Oh, you channel this magic, and as you start to cast, this torrent of storm starts to appear, but then it's quickly absorbed by this pillar, and the pillar glows and throoms.
Okay. I guess
Very
that's a
good.
good sign.
I take a dagger and just slice my upper arm a little bit, just enough to get a drop of blood, and I walk over to the Draconic pillar and wipe it on.
That one was activated when Zell
it
had.
was.
Got it. Yeah.
Follow-up question.
Yes.
The scales of Iat, do they match the scales of Tiamat?
Yes, they do.
Interesting. Is your friend, perchance, a fan of queens?
They were just born like an hour ago.
Gabe,
Yeah.
We freed
prismatic-
them from out of like a prison of hearts. It was gross.
Interesting.
The different colors of Eot, is it a prismatic kind of like rainbowish color where they kind of transition from color to color, or is it very segmented, or can you
It's kind
describe
of
it?
segmented that like actually kind of like cycles through a little bit occasionally.
Oh, okay. Are they metallic or solid colors?
They are chromatic colors. There is black and blue and green and red and white.
And
Yeah.
don't they have 3 tails too? I remember that.
Yeah.
I think I see where you're going with this. I think I see where you're going with this. And are we sure that that's not
Any kind of
Tiamat?
Or maybe Tiamat's baby.
Ooh, interesting.
Spawn of Tiamat?
I mean, listen.
Bahamut?
Zell and Desi, I need you two to make perception checks as these three are having a conversation.
Ned has no idea.
Wow, I'm rolling bad. I'm rolling so bad.
Yeah, I got a 10.
10.
Ooh, nah, that's still fine because it's a scale. You notice the statue of Tiamat, its eyes almost like become real for a moment and then look in the direction of those three when they say Tiamat's name. Upon noticing you two staring, they stone over once more.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
What?
Listen, let's cool the tea talk. for a second.
Tiamat?
I would love some tea.
Blah, blah.
A
Oh!
heartbeat. You feel like almost like a heartbeat pulse under the ground.
Look, we don't know if it's a bad thing or not. It just feels like we should pace ourselves a bit, right?
I'll say, and Desi, I mean, feel free to agree or disagree with me on this. Eot seems new, like brand new, and they helped us escape. I'm not sure where they came from. It definitely didn't look like a good place or who they came from, but they were listening to us and they took out that Rakshasa because the Rakshasa was standing in our way to escape. So, are they something incredibly powerful and possibly very scary? Yeah, but my instinct is to help because they helped us.
Hold on a
Very
second.
good, Nedren. I can't help but agree.
And Red looks at the Bahamut statue and goes,
Bahamut!
Its eyes go black. And then back to stone.
Oh,
It's very confusing, and I don't know. This is not good.
what was what did you say the third god was that we knew?
There was Vecna,
Vecna.
and there
Vecna,
was
right.
Oral.
Oral. That's it. Yeah. Red looks at the Vecna statue and goes, no. And looks at Oral and goes, Oral.
It starts to snow.
Oh,
That's interesting.
I have an idea. And I book it over, waddling as I run to the Tiamat statue.
Uh-huh.
Tiamat. Hi, I'm Zeph. And I was wondering if Iat was your baby. And if you wanted your baby back, I can understand. I'm my daddy's baby and I miss them very much. So I get it. Hello?
Roll a d20 for me.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
You might want to refer to her as one of her titles, the Dragon Queen or the Dark Lady. That would be very helpful, I
Oh.
think.
Queen Mommy.
That works too.
I rolled a 14.
14. The room starts to shake only for a moment, and it pauses. And you hear a word in your head. No.
Oh. I turn around and my eyes are a little moist.
If anyone doesn't have any objections, Ned is standing over the one that says "Sun to Smoke" with a torch and a tinderbox. Sun to smoke,
That's a
right?
good idea.
And I'll light my torch and I will lay fire on top of that column.
And it does glow and ignite.
Okay.
And a third pillar now seems to thrum with energy.
What's left? We got 2 left.
There
I
is.
do want to point out, thank you for the raid, Geek Bomb. Welcome, everyone. We are playing D&D Fortune and Fate's season finale. Welcome.
There is life to what? There is life to meet your lips in Abyssal, or the support of your being in Elven.
Desi is not very concerned with the pillars at the moment. She's been staring at poor little Iat and trying to see if whenever these things activate, if it's affecting it in any way inside that dome.
They are definitely like shifting and turning every time one does.
Can I try and get closer to it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Careful, Desi.
Maybe I want to point this out just before you do something, but the difference between the T word and the Iat is only a mat.
What does that mean?
Well, their names are very similar.
Okay, got it.
I understand, but I just want to make sure that they know that their friends are here.
Okay, yeah, good idea.
Yeah, she'll kneel down to the floor and try and get close to its head or its level at some and I want to see if she can touch the dome.
Make a wisdom saving throw as you place your hand on the dome.
Oh good, I'm great at those. 13.
13. You feel a jolt in your head, but then you see a vision. You see Iat walking through a city in ruins, a city that you do not recognize. You see yourself walking next to Iat, but your hand, your left hand, is missing, and one of your eyes.
Wait, what?
And you come back to.
Gabe.
Taking a little bit of a breath back from the dome, she still wants to try and get through to Iat. I don't know how you're feeling in there, but please know that your friends are all out here with you, and if we're hurting you in any way, please let us know. Try to. I hope we can get you out of here, but you're not alone, okay? We're all here. We're supporting you.
Are we able to tell if the activating of the pillars is strengthening or weakening what's going on with Iat in the middle?
The air feels thicker as you have activated each pillar. It's hard to tell if it is strengthening or weakening per se. Iat is not looking to be in pain.
Okay.
Desi, you see, as their bodies scrunched up, you do see a hand like go against the sphere where yours is. The rest of you, you see the Tiamat statue's eyes activate once more and continue to stay active as they are staring now at Desi and Iat.
I need to know something.
And Red casts detect magic.
You see magic on the pillars, you see magic on Iat, and you see magic on the 4 statues. And you see magic entirely on the floor beneath you.
What about the air itself? Does that seem to be reverberating with magic at all?
Like slightly. It's almost like fireflies.
Well, and Gabe, I hate to do this to you, but I want to know schools.
Oh. So the problem is all of them and then one that you do not know of.
Okay.
There is a lot of magic here, and it's literally every school, and also a school I've never seen before.
Okay.
All right, we are dealing with something a little bit out of our pay grades, but I get the general feeling with the information that I currently have that perhaps continuing with these pillars is going to, since I'm taking Ned at his word that Iat is a friend of ours, that we should probably release them from that thing there. And unfortunately, I don't have any magic to dispel it. So, give me a moment.
And Red starts kind of looking over each pillar, trying to determine whether there's any sort of non-magical trigger here, mechanical of any sort, something that's specifically non-magical, outside the writing.
That makes sense. So no, it is almost entirely magical. It looks like these pillars are elemental conduits that are harnessing the elements to then activate almost like a conjuration style magic.
Okay, so after my careful consideration of this very complex magical trap, if we complete these, I believe it will summon something.
Zell, you hear a voice in your head, a familiar voice, when Red says this. Yes, summoning my kin. I'm excited for the show.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I really can't tell with you.
It depends. You've already had a god in your head. What do you think will happen when they do?
So far, so good, I think.
Exactly. As they say in, what was it? A gambling town. Let it ride.
Well, I have a pocket full of gold, so I say I'm all for it. Carry on.
Okay, Desi, when you touched it, how did it feel?
Well, I was just transported. I don't know what's happening exactly, or if I shared consciousness with Iat here, but I was walking in some city, an unknown city, with our friend, and I was missing a hand and an eye.
Oh no.
But it was rather peaceful other than that.
What, Red?
Hold on.
And Red touches the sphere as well.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. How did you know that was my worst one?
But wait, actually, you have an advantage from the Wookiee King.
Yay!
Thank you, the Wookiee King. I needed it.
Boo-hoo.
And I'm eyeing this
Yeah,
event
nice.
with big allies.
I rolled a 2 for the first one, but because I got advantage, I got a 19, and my wisdom save is 0, so 19.
Okay. You see yourself. A hand around your neck, Red, actually. You see a frozen woman with long white hair staring into your eyes, and you feel a chill through your bones.
Red tries to speak. He tries to say, Oral, I see you.
You feel something pulling you back. And as you're pulled back, she leans in. That is because you see your life flash before your eyes. And you feel yourself shunted back.
Hey, I had a very distinctly different experience just now.
Red, you see the oral statue in the distance?
Yeah.
Its face is now in a smile.
Hey. It's not just one of them, it's all of them.
What do you mean?
I just saw Oral, and now, I don't know
I'm
if you
going to roll
noticed.
something, and I'm just
Yeah,
saying this because I want to say thank you for the advantage, abracadabra. Lesbian both tried to give me a disadvantage, but Chafrikas knew what I needed. Which is, it's, you know what, this is good for the cast that all of you do this, because then they actively get to hear when I'm rolling things that they don't know where they're happening yet.
Great.
Good to you.
What were you saying, Red?
I just had experience of coming to consciousness with a cold hand around my neck and a white-haired lady staring ice daggers into my eyes. I'm pretty sure that was a vision of Oral, and I'm pretty sure Desi just had a vision of Vecna, which makes me very, very worried. If you're not aware, Vecna it doesn't have a hand or an eye, and in fact, there are rumors that they are around somewhere in the world.
Okay.
Very suddenly, all of a sudden, very, very afraid, and I'm very close to making water.
Well, don't do it. Don't do it around the pillars. What?
Water! Water! One of them's got to be water!
Well, okay, wait, but hang on. Do we want? Listen, I was just saying this a moment ago. Iat, I think Iat is impressionable. I think Iat could be a help to us. But are we going to summon something by releasing them?
Zell, you see letters form on your fingers. One above each finger, but only you see it. You see CYRIC.
CYRIC?
Yes.
Something strange is happening. Another puzzle, I think. She's holding up her hand, kind of moving her fingers around. I see letters above my fingers. I'm not sure why. Perhaps we can solve it. I see CYRIC.
Cyric?
Cyric, that's the god of lies!
And all of you hear a laugh. And it's a familiar one. A hand leans over your shoulder,
Ooh.
Zell. And you all see a figure with a wide grin on his face, slicked back hair, and a very gaunt form. And he leans over Zell's shoulder. Finally. It was getting cramped in there. Okay, go ahead. And they walk to the corner and sit. And then
Hello.
just watch.
Is this the voice that was in my head?
Yes, it was.
Hello, nice to meet you face to face. If you could perhaps spare a moment just to tell me why you've been in my head this entire time, that would be lovely.
Oh. Well, originally it was to try to make you like them. And they point at Yat. But I liked you. You're fun. You stabbed that one for me.
I did.
Oh, that was you.
Makes a lot more sense now. The god of lies and murder. Oh.
I'm perfectly capable of light stabbings on my own volition. Thank you very much.
Well, here's the
Sounds
thing.
like a group effort.
I didn't have to lie to this one. I just had to watch her lie to all of you, and that. But
So
now this is fun.
am I to understand that you're pleased about what we're doing over here with the pillars?
No.
I
Lie.
don't believe you.
Yes.
That was not a lie.
Everyone step away from
Yes.
the pillars.
Cyric, look, Ned, you're not in charge of everyone here.
I just don't want
Cyric starts floating like Cheshire Cat style, like hanging upside down, and then just like.
Cyric, perhaps we need to communicate to you what our goal is here, which
To
I
save
think
that one and then get out of the dungeon.
perhaps that's some of their goals. I don't know about the
That's
saving
like, please.
bit, more so just getting out of here alive with a pocket full of gold, and perhaps something else that I could sell later. So really, with that goal in mind, what's the best path forward?
You shouldn't let the creature out.
That's a lie.
I don't think he wants to be in there.
No, I don't think he does.
Hold on a second.
And Red sort of like not keeping his face in his front at Cyric, sort of slides over to Bahamut's statue and goes,
Is that you, Bahamut? Cyric's here. You might want to have a little bit of a talk with him, given your history and all.
The statue starts to shake a little bit, and then it stills, and Cyric laughs.
I feel like we could play around with this nonsense all day, and I'm holding a hand of earth over the one that says the support underneath your being. These are elemental conduits, right?
Yep.
No.
Drop.
I
I drop
Lie.
dirt onto it.
And it starts to glow and hum. And there is one left.
What's left? We had air, we had blood, we had
Fire?
Fire I did, sun and smoke. So the water is the only one left.
Excuse me.
and Red Wigglebottom just sort of makes his way over to the pillar.
You can all turn your heads, please.
Everybody back up.
Before you do that,
Wait a minute,
Red,
what are you gonna do, Red?
I said I gotta make water.
Oh my
I'm gonna
goodness.
make
oh no,
it natural, and I don't have to cast a spell.
well, before that, Zell, would you mind if I spoke to your friend, God person?
Sorry, there was something in my head. Can you repeat that?
Oh, would you mind if I spoke to your God friend person?
You talking about this one?
Yeah, him.
Oh, of course. No, you don't need my permission for that, but I appreciate it.
Of course. Cyric,
Yes.
do you know her?
And points to the statue of Tiamat.
I've never met her in my life.
You're lying. I want to talk to her and right now. Now.
And Cyric grows almost like a shadow that is enlarged by flame. Oh, you would like to speak with her?
I want to give her a piece of my mind. She's a bad mom.
I offer you one truth then, bird. Do the water then.
Zeph, do you think maybe you could call upon one of your dads for this?
Maybe. I've never tried that before.
Just seems like it might be the time.
Okay. And squeeze my eyes really tightly. Papa? Are you there? Or Daddy? Either one's fine. We kind of need your help. We're dealing with a bad mom and a really weird god friend.
and I think we need some parental supervision.
You don't hear anything, but you feel something familiar. You feel the sensation of one pair of arms, then two, hugging you from behind, holding you tight, reassuring, reaffirming. You don't hear them, but you sense their presence.
Red,
Yeah.
relieve yourself.
Wow, I drank a lot today. Whoa. Ooh, still coming. Ooh.
So expressive.
Okay.
Okay, there, I'm done now.
It glows.
we better get fan art of that moment.
It glows. Oh, I'll draw it myself. That one I'll draw.
I want a bumper sticker for the back of a car for that. like
those Calvin and Hobbes. Yeah. It glows. And with all 5 lit, the colors start to swirl. And the sphere where Iat stayed starts to pulse once more. But the sphere pulses, and then you feel a pulse from the ground. Above, below, above, below, above, below, above, below. It starts to speed up until there is a beam of light that surges from the orb, going directly up, then directly down. The one that goes up actually splits into 4 and pierces the 4 different statues. The one that goes below pierces the ground, and then it falls to the ground. And the 4 statues, they start to crack. Pieces start to fall. And they start falling down towards the center of the room, and you all move a bit to the side as far ahead towards the north side of the room, it starts to crumble downwards, and you see it. A massive beating heart. As big as a house. A heart, a mimic heart, that has latched on to something greater than you could have ever imagined. A vision goes through all of your minds simultaneously. Something throws you back, and you see an artificer working on a creation. Working on something. They were so fascinated by mimics. They wondered how they could manifest in different ways. They looked into mimic hearts. They looked into mimic chests. But then they thought of something. What if they could make a living dungeon? A dungeon that would shift and change. A dungeon that had not just creatures inside it, but creatures like a person. Cells. Living cells. The monsters that move through the dungeon itself. But how could he make it work? Well, it would need something to power it. A heart big enough for it. But even one that has slept for so long must sometimes sleep again. Because you saw this artificer do this not once, not twice, but 8 times. 8 dungeons they created. And you all are simply in the first. The statues. The stone starts to crumble. But underneath, there shouldn't be anything underneath the statue. You notice they're less like statues now, and more like stone coffins, as figures resembling the statues await underneath. And then they stand with bated breath, staring at you 5, and Iat collapsed on the ground. What do you do?
Desi, check on Iat.
Yeah. If I can get back to him, I'm gonna lightly tap him on his shoulder. their shoulder?
Like kind of like shakes, and they look like they're asleep almost, like passed out from exhaustion.
She's gonna lightly like cradle them in her arms and just kind of stay with them. Well, I can't be sure that they're okay, but they seem to be unharmed.
How do we get out of here?
Oh, we gotta go.
So there are godly avatars around?
Yes, there are.
Oh.
But the Bahamut one looks wrong. The Bahamut one, when you take a look, they're more skeletal. It almost looks like some flesh is missing.
I walk up.
Where's Cyric in all of this?
Sitting in the corner now, floating about 5 feet off the ground, and they've materialized something that looks like a small box, and they're pulling things out of it and putting it in their mouth. He's having a great time.
Glad he's entertained.
Cyric, is that her?
Oh.
Chew.
And you see him thinking about your question, because you're pointing at Tiamat, right?
Mm-hmm.
He says, yes.
I turn away from Cyric into Tiamat's avatar.
Queen Mommy!
And gestures to Iat and Desi.
You want to say something? Like, I've missed you. I love you. I want to give you a hug and be in your life.
She says aloud in Draconic, the hatchling means nothing.
Then you don't deserve them.
And I walk away.
Ned has started to move towards the door. Is there still fire out in the hallway?
It closed with a stone
Right.
door behind you.
And there's no other.
You can try to break out. You could try to go down the hole where the heart is. You could kiss a god. I don't know. Hey, this is your finale just as much as it is mine.
That sounds like a threat.
Whatever we're doing, we better want to do it quickly.
The Vecna figure starts walking towards Desi slowly. The
I run
Aura
and walk
one
away.
starts slowly approaching you, Red.
Nope. No.
Move towards the hole, everybody, and I'll move to help Desi like pull the body of Iat like towards the hole where the that leads down to the heart.
At this point now, with the two of you, they look like they're kind of managing their own weight. They're walking and kind of like going in and out of consciousness.
Yeah, the whole time Desi is like encouraging them, like light taps and, all right, whenever you can get up and carry yourself, it's getting a little bit dangerous out here, so we need to get a move on.
I'm pushing too.
Yeah.
Red pulls what looks like a volatile type of liquid from his side, and he looks at it and he goes,
Well, I made it for this occasion.
and he pops the cork off and he downs it.
Okay, here goes nothing.
And his body begins to morph and form and change, and his bones cracking and dislocating from his different parts of his body. First his shoulder, and then his other shoulder, and his arms grow long with claws at the end, and he goes, "Let's go!" And he starts to basically, almost gorilla style, crawl his way to the hole where the heart is. And we should go now. And he begins to climb down.
Follow the mega panda, I guess.
Let's do it. Amazing.
Zell, come on.
Oh, she's walking behind.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm like we're basically lifting Iat, like I almost said Weekend at Bernie style. That's not what I mean because they're not dead. But like, helping them down into the hole and moving.
Zell, the last thing you hear from above is you hear the same voice of Cyric. Don't worry, love. I already bet money on you.
Do I get any of that?
Yes.
Well, find me in the Shadowvich Coven, okay? We'll talk later. Maybe I can introduce you to the Coven. To the girls.
Lovely. Kiss, kiss. Have
They
fun.
would love you. Okay, love you too. Bye.
Don't drink the water.
Oh, all right. Thanks for the warning.
The others should.
I do love a bit of danger, though. You know me.
And you all, I assume all of you drop down to where the heart is?
Yeah, it's the only way out at the moment.
As you drop down to the hole, you see the other 4 avatars standing at the top, looking down. They moved slow, almost like their bodies weren't fully adjusted, as if they were still getting used to these forms. And you all drop for about 10 seconds. The heart was farther than you thought, as you notice the massive size. I need everyone to make an athletics check for me.
I'm a wizard.
You can fly.
Nedren, you do have an advantage thanks to Jafrikas.
Thank you, Jafrikas.
And I'm going to use an advantage that Sitar is a mimic gave me.
I do have Featherfall.
Yeah.
If you would like to cast Featherfall, I will let you.
Red will cast them on. Oh,
Yes,
there's
please.
5 of us, so he'll cast it on all
Yep.
5 of us.
Oh,
And Eot if you can.
Well, you know what?
Actually, he'll cast it on Eot and ignore
and I can
himself.
fly. So if you want to use it,
That's right.
You
That's right.
suck.
Alan can fly. So then Red will no, you know what? Red didn't think about it in the moment. Still casts it on the Owlin and doesn't on himself.
Thank
I
you,
will
Red.
see,
Giant bear panda, man.
Oh.
Okay.
So we're floating. Down.
Yeah.
Advantage, disadvantage.
Yeah, straight.
Okay. So then, you said acrobatics or athletics or acrobatics.
I'll give you either.
Okay, acrobatics is going to be 21.
21? So you all, it's almost comical. You land on the heart, Red, and then bounce off. The others float down. And this is where things get bad.
Great.
I need everyone to make a stealth check. And this will be a group success or a group fail.
Okay.
19.
17.
I'm going to add my psi bolstered knack, add a d6 to using one of my psionic energy die to bring it from an 11 up to a 15.
Okay.
I rolled a 19, but I'm wearing an armor that gives me disadvantage. So the 17 is my second one. 19 total.
Okay, so 19 for Red. What did you get, Ned?
15.
What did you get, Zeph?
19.
What did you get, Desi?
17.
What did you get, Zell?
19.
89.
Gosh. Okay.
Way to go, guys.
And you know what? I think Featherfall might have actually helped you a little bit. A gentle landing, and then the panda who kind of just. You notice this gigantic beating heart behind you. And there is what looks to be almost a field of flowers down here, bioluminescent.
That's creepy.
In this massive underground cavern. Oh, just you wait. And you hear it. A pulsing in uniform. Almost like a wave. And the lights glow with the pulsing. They get brighter for a second. And when they do, you see them. Dozens and dozens and dozens of mimic hearts lining the floor all around you. And I want you to know, Gabe likes to do something with many creatures. I like to do horde creatures. So that way, you'll only have one AC really to hit. As you're striking, you might kill a few, but that also means they get to do a whole lot more on their turn. But they haven't noticed you, so who knows? Maybe there won't be a combat. What would you all like to do with this horde of mimic hearts lining the ground and a massive mimic heart behind you?
So we feel like they don't notice us right now, yes?
I mean, it's only a matter of time.
Is there any other way out of this area?
Yeah, so I don't see a door.
You don't see one.
Oh boy.
And Iat starts to seem like they're coming to, and you hear their voice in your head, all of you now. It is almost broken and sparse, but you're able to discern the words, the idea they might be able to create a gateway themselves. But it's going to take a bit of time.
Okay.
Question. Does this
Answer.
giant mimic heart have an aorta?
Yeah, sure.
Is it connected to the dungeon around it?
And yes, it looks like it's like shooting outwards.
Red says, should cut aorta.
Now,
That'll definitely get the rest of those attention.
there is Zell. You definitely notice it first because you feel it, and you notice floating down into the hole the Cyric, and then the rest of you do. And Cyric has something in his hand, something in both hands, and he like tilts upside down, legs crossed, hands out. One hand, a balloon, and the other hand, a needle.
Don't.
Can I cast a wall of water first?
He hasn't done anything yet, but if you would like to cast a wall of water, you can.
Yes, please. How much? I mean, it's a horde, but how much width is in this space for me to try and block off exactly?
You know what? It's 30 feet long. I think it's
perfect.
interesting. I'd say you could probably actually like get like a 30-foot circle around yourself, and still manage to not bring any of them in if you like kind of position each other closer. But it won't be quiet if you do it.
Is
I
Cyric within 30 feet?
don't think we.
Is Cyric within 30 feet?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'll use Gus to pull the needle out of his hand.
He's a god.
I know.
Worth the shot.
No
Okay,
finger strength
okay.
god?
What about a fog cloud?
Okay.
Not bad.
So you know what? We're gonna go around the table and see what everyone would like to do in this moment because it's all gonna go off at the same time.
Just what's the quietest option here?
Yeah, no, a fog
thinking
cloud makes
fog.
sense to me.
Mhm.
And then Zeph is gonna do gust. What about Red, Zell, and Ned? And oh god, this feeds me.
Well, I almost took silence. I did not. I instead took heat metal, and that's what I'm going to do. Heat metal that little needle in his hand.
Ooh. Okay.
Get him to drop it.
Interesting. That makes. I like it.
I'm pushing Eot to the back of us, basically. Like I'm putting us between Eot and the mimic hearts, and just saying to Eot, "Get working."
If Red's going to heat metal, can I
Can I beg the GM for disadvantage on his strength save?
Oh yeah. Assuming his heat metal hurts him.
True.
I'll give it to you, but only because I have advantages.
I mean, he could just take the damage, right? Like heat metal just heats it up, and he automatically takes damage if he doesn't touch it. But either way, we're getting something.
And then what did you roll? What are you trying to do, Zell? You're muted.
Zell thus far has gotten by letting chaos reign and just doing whatever Cyric tells her to do. So she's going to cross her arms, cock an eyebrow, smile, and just await for what's to happen next.
The worst. I love it. Oh, I love every second. All right.
How very Cyric of you.
Well, she is a trickster. I mean, she's got that hag trick.
Okay, so this fog cloud starts to form, and
Is the fog cloud is in the whole room, Desi, or is it covering us or covering the hearts?
It's a 20-foot radius, so if I can't cover most of the hearts, I'll put it over us.
you can cover about half of the hearts if you would like with that radius.
Oof.
Yeah, that was a lot.
That's a lot of hearts.
Yeah,
Then
These
it's
are
going to be
children.
around us.
that's fair. You see the needle start to glow a little bit, and Cyric looks down, but then the gust of wind starts to make the needle twist and turn. So I will give that a disadvantage and take the advantage from Abracadabra, and I'll make a straight roll with my giant D20. I love this thing so much. So if this kills you, then I don't feel bad. I hate all of you. The needle goes flying out of his fingers, and there is a look of before the fog cloud covers Cyric.
Took my cloud.
Sore losers, and he just shouts it.
Dang it.
We're gonna roll initiative.
Oh no!
Yep. I was waiting for that, Gabe. Well done. Well done.
I'm taking another advantage
Forgot he
from
could talk.
Abracadabra.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That.
That's why silence is the solution to that. But even then, like,
What a jerk.
I'm just gonna say that's a nat 20 for me.
Oh.
So we are off to a great start.
I also rolled a nat 20 plus
Ooh.
Hey.
I also rolled a nat 20.
Hey, okay, y'all, you could have let me have this. You could not.
12.
That was 12 for who?
For Ned.
Got it. What did you get, Red?
21.
21.
Oh my god.
What is happening?
Energy.
Guess so.
Okay.
What's your dex, Jalen?
+2.
Well, you know, I'm
15
going
or
to do
16?
I
Excuse me, 14 or
have
15?
14, 15? I have a 14.
I have a 50.
Nice.
Okay. And then what are your bonuses, Desi and Zell?
+5.
Desi, what's your dex was?
+2.
+2. Okay. So it is going to be Zell, Desi, Hearts, Red, Zeph, Ned. You're all miserable and I hate you.
Okay, so the hearts are doing what? I'm sorry?
It seems like they're starting to like shift and turn now that they've heard something.
Okay.
Seems like they're starting to activate. You're also directly next to the massive heart.
Okay.
You are in a fog cloud, Desi. If you want to drop the cloud before all of this, I will. If you would like to, you can. Unless you want to keep it up to try to obscure. That is up to you.
Oh, it's gonna make our rolls harder too. No, I'll get rid of it.
They can't see us.
They don't have eyes. I'm just gonna say it out loud.
Merciful.
Oh, so maybe if we just stay real quiet, we don't have to do anything.
So the fog cloud drops, and Zell, you do see these hearts starting to shift and turn and stand up on these tiny tendrils, and the massive heart behind you starts to beat faster and faster, and you feel the dungeon itself shaking.
And there's no exit that we can see?
Not that you can see, but you do see Ayat starts to almost like just so slightly glow.
Okay, and the hearts are coming for us and not Ayat.
They can come for all of us.
Yeah, I think.
They probably can't.
Yes.
How far away am I from Ayat?
About 10, 15 feet, maybe.
Okay, so I'll put myself between Ayat and the horde of hearts, and I will ready an action if they come for him. I will attack with my. Well, first I'm going to transform into my hag, just because I want to, just because I'm mad. And then, so you see her throw off her cloak and then she'll prepare a dagger attack. Yep,
Hell
daggers.
Yeah. When you shift to your hag form, the air almost shifts around you, and for a moment you would swear you see the hearts like how you see like insects like shift back for a second. That's a reaction that you get.
Yeah, that's right. Stay away.
Trying hard not to judge you right now, Zell, but okay.
Judge me on what? My appearance? How dare you?
So, well, that and the stabbing.
Yeah, how
And
dare you.
she peels off a scab and eats it casually.
You see Cyric in the corner, like even look at his snacks and tosses it to the side. All right, so then Desi, it will be your turn.
What is the giant mimic heart doing at the moment?
It is beating faster than you had ever seen it.
We heard. That
Oh,
the
well,
hearts-
I'm inclined to go after that one first. Let's go ahead and Eldritch Blast it and see what damage we can do.
All right. Go ahead and Eldritch Blast. Roll that attack.
25.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
For level 5, you should get 2 of those.
I do, you're right.
That's why.
So I roll that twice then, yeah?
Yep.
Well, the second one is a 10.
It seems to hit the heart, but it can't find purchase in the way you wanted it to. Let's go ahead and roll the first damage.
What is it? It's
D10.
10.
Yeah.
Ooh. 11.
11 points. It is a deep gash, and you see a bit of almost old flesh kind of pop off. And there's like a slight indent now into the heart. It seems like it does start to injure it.
And I also would like to give a bardic inspiration to
Okay.
Red, our large friend.
I like it. Done. How do you inspire Red?
I'm gonna give him a big hug.
Big
Aw.
furry.
It's wet.
Steph is so invested in this.
A nice big rough down, pet down, whatever.
Yeah.
on your new fur.
Oh, yeah, right there. Oh, yeah.
My new friend.
His leg kind of shakes a little bit, sort of like a dog.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh.
So we're going to bring it to the Lair's turn first. And as a Lair action, the massive heart shoots out 2 spider-like tendrils from the inside of it outwards, trying to pierce a creature. The first one's going towards you, Desi. I am sorry to say that Abracadabra has another advantage for me on this one. That is a nat 20.
Oh, no.
How dare you, Abracadabra? How dare you?
Always dare to be beautiful.
Abra killed Desi.
Oh, no.
Just kidding. No, never.
Oh no.
Ooh, okay. Actually, not too bad. You're gonna doubt me when I say that. That is 12 points of piercing damage.
Well,
Ouch.
it's a good hit.
And the second one is actually shooting out towards Ned.
Okay.
And this is another advantage from Abracadabra. I was waiting for this. I was like, I'm gonna let them have their fun. I'm gonna let them have their joy. That is a 28 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Look, I just always have to ask.
Remind me where the joy was.
Right here. That is 7 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
And then it brings us to the Mimic Horde's turn. And they start. Sorry, I saw pets and I love them. Did they hear me?
Like, we're out.
It must not be perceived.
We're out.
The Mimic Hearts start pouring in towards all of you.
Oh.
Throw those daggers, Zell.
One is going to. Yes, Zell, you actually will get an attack because these things are coming. So go ahead and roll that attack, Zell.
All right, so I need to roll to hit.
Yep.
And I can have daggers in both hands, right?
Yeah, why not? This is our game. We do whatever we want.
Right. Okay, so the first one is a natural 20! Woo! Yes!
All of those times that Zell didn't have a good roll, this is the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So that's her first one. And second one is a 15 plus 8 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So do I get my sneak attack damage because
Yeah, because they you could literally have been waiting until they were close enough to an ally. So take that crit with the sneak attack.
Okay.
Get
So that means I need to roll. So it's a 1d.
2d4.
Okay.
2d4.
I should not have made them
2d4 and
horde.
6d6.
1 and a 2. Oh my god.
But now roll 6d6.
Now roll 6d6.
3. So do I need to? And then I need to add my 5 plus 5, right?
Yeah.
So 3 plus 5 is 8, and then 3d6.
66. Yeah.
You double the sneak attack damage too on
All
a
of
crit?
it. Yep.
All dice that you roll. That's why you
Rogues.
paladins and rogues are powerful with that.
I just said 8, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
8 plus 4
12,
plus 1
13,
plus 3
16,
plus 3
19.
plus 4
23.
23.
plus 6
30.
30.
I'm
and
sorry.
then
29?
29, sorry. Yes.
9.
and then I will use my Wail from the Grave special.
I think you use that.
Oh,
in place
this
of sneak
is a
attack.
second creature. What? Sorry?
Don't-
This is
don't you
immediately
use that in-
after
ahead.
after you deal your sneak attack damage.
Oh no, there it is.
Nice.
To a creature on your turn, you can target a second creature you can see within 30 feet of the first creature, and it takes 2d6 necrotic damage.
Whoa.
You can do the heart?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, do it.
Oh man, I'm rolling so bad on this damage. It's a 1 and a 3.
So 29 to the heart horde, and then 4 to the biggie.
Yeah, and then my second dagger too. I need to roll damage
Yeah,
for.
go ahead.
So
Monster.
that's
Just a d4.
yeah, plus 5. Okay, 2
I
plus
don't
5,
think
another
you
7.
You don't add
You
5.
you
don't
don't
Oh
add
no.
five.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So just another 2.
So that is
31.
31 points of damage to the Mimic Horde.
Yay! And when that Wails from the Grave comes out, it is the form of a nerdy human warlock with glasses, and he's dancing weirdly.
Excuse me, what?
Amazing.
Exactly like that.
Wait a minute.
This is an alternate universe where Zell has done very bad things.
Incredible. And those daggers, were you more throwing them or like striking them, like swinging them?
Swinging them. She flips them out of her sleeves and
Yeah. Basically, you see 7 of these mimic hearts start making their way to you, and you swing down on one, use more momentum to swing around to the other, spear through 2, and then kind of like twist them to shake them off, and then another cross check, and just start dicing through these hearts as they start making their way towards you. And they're moving almost like a cohesive wave together.
And she's just slurping up all the goo that comes off of these things as she's cutting through them because yummy.
You're tasting elves, dwarves, humans, tritons. You even taste a celestial in there.
Mmm.
Yeah.
Yum.
That boy, she'll chew you up. Ooh, here she comes.
Oh my God! Wait, that wasn't even like. I still have to do their turn. Good gosh.
That's
okay.
right. That was the held action.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So they all start swarming in and making their attacks.
Can I use my bonus action to do something? Because I'm a rogue,
Your
right?
bonus action was chucking the dagger, the second dagger.
Oh, it was? Okay. All right, touche.
Scary monster. No, you killed so many of my children. You critted my children. So they're going to take an attack against each of you. The first one is going to be at red. Just because I'm trying to be fair, and this is another advantage because of Abracadabra, who really
his die.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it. That's a 19 to hit.
Mhm.
That is 6 points of piercing damage as 3 of them just jump up and just start biting into you. One is going to take a strike at Zeph.
Okay.
That is a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Oh,
Okay.
Wizards.
yeah.
For 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Okay.
And 1 at Ned. This is an advantage from Let Gabe Hit You. Wish that was me. It wasn't. That's a 16 to hit.
Still hits.
I love this game. That is 2 points of piercing damage.
Oh, well, okay.
Did I do Desi?
No.
I didn't do Desi.
I mean, yes.
That is a 10 to hit.
And I look at Cyric, the god of fire.
Don't worry about me.
There's a 10 hit. Does right?
Oh, no.
And then Zell. I think Zell was last. Yes. Oh, come on. It's not. It is a 6. But that is their turn. These things are moving like a giant cohesive wave that is swarming and swirling, and then it's almost as if imagine like a wave of crabs, and the crabs fall down and you like clamp on, except they're tiny little hearts with teeth. So then that brings us to Red's turn.
All right. Red, in his enlarged form, looks at all of these, this horde of hearts, and realizes that those are a distraction. And he looks at the big one and pulls out his casting focus, which happened to be 2 test tubes, and he shakes them both up and pops the caps and tosses the liquid forward. And as it meets in the middle, it turns into a 5-foot sphere of flaming sphere. It slams into the giant heart.
Sick.
It needs to make a dexterity saving throw, which I would assume is very low, since it's a massive heart.
6.
Yeah, that fails. So it is going to take 2d6 fire.
Okay.
But as he tosses those, I have an ability as an alchemist artificer, called Alchemical Savant. And so as I use chemicals as part of my casting process, I can increase the damage die by 1. So I'm going to roll 3d6 fire on this flaming sphere.
Jerk.
You could add your inspiration as well.
I would need to roll for that, and I don't have a roll, right? Or did we?
We were saying we did it before that we were letting Desi add inspiration for damage.
Oh, great! Then I will use that for sure.
Yeah.
Are you a D6, D8?
D8.
D8, great.
Sick.
So I do. 12 plus 3, so 15 damage. But then the inspiration die is an 8, so that would be 23 fire to the heart.
Right.
Amazing.
His heart just explodes with immolation as it starts to burn, and you see a good third of it now seems to be singed and charred, and it's beating rapidly now. Doof, 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 doof. Is that your turn?
As a bonus action, I am going to ram that sphere into the other heart hosts that are nearby. Cool. The horde. So
Yep.
they must make a dexterity saving throw.
Dope. No. It's a 1.
Right. So 1. Great. So they will take an additional.
Should have banked some of
they
those
will take-
advantages. Shouldn't have attacked all of you at once.
They'll only take 4 fire. It's not that big deal. 4 fire.
One of them just shrivels up.
Oh.
Shrivels.
Also, quick question, and maybe I won't know off the top of my head, but do these mimics appear to share mimic features? So, like, one specifically that I think, because he's so familiar with it, Red would is acid going to work? Do I think acid's going to work on these things?
Yeah, acid should work fine on these.
Okay,
It seems like they are. It seems like they do resemble like flesh.
Yeah, I
And
mean, they seem a little different than normal mimics because they're
Yes.
lacking some of the features. But I just wanted to
Exactly.
see if, like, acid felt like in front of it. It felt like acid. might
Yep,
work.
that
Cool.
should work just fine for what you can
Great.
see,
Great.
especially after like the fire.
Yeah, and that is Red's turn.
All right, then that brings us to Zeph's turn.
Keep concentrating on the big guy, and basically, Ned is trying to hack and keep all of them away from you. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, being angered by the lack of good parenting and general anti-friendship happening here, I'm going to take a bit of that guano that I probably stepped in on the way here, and some sulfur that I may or may not have pilfered from Red, smash them together and cast Fireball.
Oh no.
Yay!
Level
One heart
five.
in some of the mimic
Level
hearts.
5.
You'll have so much fire.
Alrighty, so that's
How? That's a 1, 2 times in a row.
Yes!
I don't this giant die is mess. It's a mess. I give up.
So that is
All right, so go ahead and roll that damage. And this is towards the
heart and
or the big one.
the big one, and then hopefully some of the small ones.
That's true. It does get both. This thing is a fireball.
It's 10.
Curse everything.
That's 18. Ooh. 28 points of fire damage.
Jeez.
Woo!
You slam that fireball into the section where it seems to be the most healthy for the giant heart, and it starts to char in the same way that you saw it do just a moment ago, but in a different section. And there is a wave of the tinier hearts that are coming towards you, but this blast catches the side of it, and then they're flung to the side, looking like strange crispy nuggets on the ground now.
Ooh.
And as I dust off my feathers, I say, hearts are supposed to be used for love! And that's my turn.
Zeph is gonna haunt me.
Oh, we love him.
In the best way.
That's true. I'm gonna be like, well, you know what? Hearts are supposed to be used for love, and no one in my party is gonna get that, but I will. That brings us to Ned.
And Ned realizing that that defending his friends and basically as these hearts keep charging at us is doing best as he watches the magic users can pour it on with the big guy. He's conjured the psychic daggers in both hands and is just trying to keep all of them away from Zeph and away from Desi and away from Iat. Chopping with these curved hand-drawn daggers that seem to appear out of his hands.
Hell yeah, make that roll.
Okay. The first is a 9.
That will miss.
Offhand. That's better. That's a 16.
That will hit.
That'll be a sneak attack. Thank goodness. Oh, lost it. So that's 14. 17 points of psychic damage with these daggers.
You see a deep gash start to form in this heart, and it seems like it's beating. It's almost beating so rapidly that it's hard to keep up with the sound. And for something that massive to beat that fast is almost unheard of.
I'm keeping an eye on Iat, looking at how's it coming?
The glow is getting bigger. It looks like the glow has expanded from their chest and is slowly like going down the scales of their arms.
Okay. All right.
That brings us to the end. And during the end, I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw for me. As a pulse of energy erupts out of the heart and goes through all of you like a wave.
Not good.
I got an 8.
Oh boy.
10.
15.
9.
Oof.
Bye.
16.
Where did
Suck
everybody
forever.
else's rolls go? Jeez. Yeah, 15.
So
I wasted all on my daggers.
Zell, Desi, and Zeph. This wave hits you. And you feel like you lose yourself for a moment. You feel a surge in your brain. Red and Ned. Oh my god, I hate that it rhymes. You see those three, you see their eyes glaze over black for a second.
Ooh.
But Zell. Oh, wait. Now that sucks. Zell, roll one more time, actually.
Okay. 15.
You hear a voice in your head. I don't need the heart's help. You've already given yourself over.
Well, what do you want then?
Nothing more. And Cyric's presence seems to disappear, but Desi, you hear a voice in your head. Yes. And you feel your hand start to burn for a second. And you take 15 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
Well, all right then.
And you, Zeph, you feel a sensation, the warm sensation of the hug that you had. It starts to chill for a moment. But then it is warm once more. But then it feels like it tingles and it's shocking. Then it feels cold again. Then it feels like something inking up behind you. And you hear a voice. Well, then I'll be a better mother to you, dearie. And you take 14 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Everybody up?
As Desi, you feel Vecna trying to take over your body, using the heart as a conduit. And you, Zeph, Tiamat. And that brings us to the top of the round with Zell.
Wait. So she continues to talk to Cyric.
Yes.
Actually, in her head, her voice sounds like her pretty voice. What is it that you want from us? How do we get out of this?
Well, we can walk out when when the copies of my siblings take their place in the puppets.
I'm sorry. What needs to happen for that?
Oh, the flesh bags you're walking around with. The new avatars that my friend made. They're trying to get inside and they're using the heart. You see, while they're trapped in here, it's like a domain. They are gas trying to escape a sphere. And eventually, if you leave it to sit and you expose it to the elements, it will change and alter. And then when you crack the glass, something else will come out.
That was beautiful description.
Thank you.
Lovely. I felt like I was listening to a fairy tale. What exactly can we do right now with the hearts that are stabbing us?
Oh, well, if you kill the big one, then it'll probably stop that whole connection they're trying to do. Which is why, to be honest, either way, we're fine. You get out if they're all consumed, or you kill the heart and you all get out. I just follow along and give you good luck when you lie to others and fortune and, I don't know, weave the tides of fate a little bit.
So you're saying you like it when I lie,
Yes, I do.
and you grant those who lie boons.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so she holds up her daggers and she goes, "Stop fighting! Stop fighting right now! To get out of here, we have to let them take a nipple out of us."
What?
I don't think so.
Trust me!
That's the last thing I do.
I already have 2 perfectly good parents. I don't need a third.
No thanks.
I've
And
already
she-
had an example of what their bites look like.
She holds out a disgusting arm to the nearest heart and lets it bite her. Or whatever it does. Is it biting?
I'm so committed to the bit.
Is it nibbling? Is it?
It crawls up your arm and it sits over your chest.
Zell. No, Zell.
Exactly like that. It is incredibly cute.
Ollie, no.
This is everything was worth it.
Babe.
The entire season was leading up to this specific moment.
He's really happy right now.
He looks very happy.
Aw.
Terrifying.
All of you notice in that moment that they actually seem to seem less hostile to Zell in this moment. They're still swarming, but it almost looks like sharks circling rather than trying to pounce. But the intent behind it is very confusing.
And that's my turn.
It's your turn, Desi.
Well, I'm certainly not going to leave the big guy alone. I think she's gonna try and blast something its way one more
Do it.
time.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go. Well, you know what?
Do
Should
it.
I do my Tales from the Beyond first?
Go big.
Or go home. You know.
No, don't go home yet.
Go big.
Stay
Go
here.
big or go
Stay
home.
here.
Go
Yeah,
big.
I mean, it's her, give him a choice, you know. Let him
Fine.
give him a choice.
All right,
Die
we'll go
now,
big.
die later.
Let's roll for our tale of spirit tales.
Hell yes. All right.
I got an 8, which is Tale of the Phantom. Did I get that last time? I
think
might
you
have.
have.
The target becomes invisible until the end of its next turn, or until it hits a creature with an attack. If the target hits a creature with an attack during this invisibility, the creature it hits takes necrotic damage equal to a roll of my Bardic Inspiration die, and is frightened of the target until the end of the frightened creature's next turn.
So who are you giving this to?
I guess myself?
I like the notion that Desi's like, well, I'm not gonna do that, and
Right.
it just goes invisible.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Desi's gonna
Alright.
make herself invisible.
Yep.
But that'll go away as soon as I attack something.
But,
That doesn't make sense.
But it will deal extra necrotic damage when you deal that attack.
Desi's just like,
That was
Right there.
beautifully done.
Well done. Well done.
That was
Well
beautifully
done.
done, Gabe.
I'm gonna give you that one. That was good. That was good.
Alright, well I have a feeling this giant heart is on its last legs. So
Okay.
we'll
has
do that on
legs?
myself.
That's legs now.
Last veins, tendrils, excuse me. And then I'll cast Thunderwave.
Nice.
It needs to make a Constitution save.
Sick.
All right. That is
Are
a
we still
12.
next to you, or did you,
It doesn't make it. Okay.
did you get closer to the
That's-
heart to do that, or are you still amongst us?
It's
Yeah.
within
Thunderwave hits everything around. You.
Yeah,
it's a 15 foot cube. Well, okay, I move forward. How
I
about
don't know.
that?
With Zell in the party, I always have to ask at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, she's invisible. She knows where she's going.
Okay, perfect.
As long as I'm away from you guys, and then she'll cast it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Dope.
That's going to be 13 thunder damage with. What's a D8?
That's a lot.
It also gets pushed.
It's also
back, I think, since
defibrillator. In terms of the heart, it's a defibrillator attack.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's
Clear!
It's pushed another 10 feet. Yeah, trying to find a D8. I'm sorry.
It's kind of
There it is.
stuck in.
And 4 necrotic damage.
All right. You see the heart start to slow its beating now. It looks like it's beating softer than it was, with less of an oomph. It does not look like the heart's doing well. And that
Desi just pops back into existence like 15 feet in front of you.
Where'd you go?
That brings us to the lair, where 2 sharp tendrils come out once more. One towards Desi for this horrifying feat.
Uh-oh.
That is a 13 to hit. For 6 points of piercing.
So hold on, that did that hit, Desi?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so Red is going to cast Silvery Barbs as a reaction, and you will need to roll that again, Gabe.
All right, deal. That is a 7.
So you must use that new lower roll.
You beautiful panda.
A few barbs flow. The way he does it is, again, he's using his magical focus as the test tubes, and he tosses out what look like little shavings of silver, and they fly and stick in to the layer, the heart, I assume, and then he kind of crushes the tube, and they return to him. I now get an advantage on my next roll.
All right. Hell yeah.
It's a fun spell.
You shoot those barbs out, and it stops it from slamming into Desi. And the second one comes out, speeding towards you, Red.
Figured that would be the case.
That's a 13 again.
That misses.
All right. And it goes wide. Then that brings us to the turns of the hearts, the horde of hearts. And they start swarming once more. But now it seems like they're rabid. It seems like something has changed. Rather than just a swarm, it's almost like a horde of bees that have had the alarm trigger.
Oh boy.
And the first ones go for Zeph. That's an 11.
Misses.
Zell, what are your intentions with this heart that is on your chest?
My intention is to just let whatever's gonna happen happen. She wants to give in to the chaos. She's hoping that Cyric grants the party a boon because she lied to everybody. And honestly, she's had a lot of encounters with monsters and really creepy creatures, so she's a little nonplussed by this. She's consumed the souls of evil humans for a very long time, so a little a little blood suckage, a little gore. It's just a day in the life.
Welcome, Raiders. The Venture Maidens has rated us. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, veterans.
Jumping in on our season finale of Fortune and Fate. Thank you.
Wow, this is a horrible moment, and I'm sorry for what just happened next. You feel you feel your breathing start to slow for a second, Zell, and this heart like sinks into your chest, almost like it's stepping into a shade. But then you feel something new. Your movement speed goes up by 15 feet.
Oh. She's quick on her feet.
And-
Are you going to stay here?
Roll a d10 for me.
Okay. That's a d8. This is a d10. Oh, warlock days. That's a 1.
A 1. You heal for 6 points of damage.
That's exactly how much damage I had. Yay!
And the hearts move around you.
So she ambles about. This heart is still in her chest. Yes.
No, it like sank into your chest.
Wait, it
Like
disappeared into there.
Yeah.
What? That's what
We
you
warned
meant.
you. We
Yeah.
warned you. I literally said it will climb
Yep.
inside you and walk around you walk you around like
Literally, we all said no.
But you
You
still
do-
feel in control of your faculties.
You do you, girl. You do you.
I've got so many dirty monster jokes I want to make right now, but I will not.
Look, a hag's
Will
gonna
not.
hag. You know, hag's gonna
Hag's
hag.
gonna hag. Hag is
Hag
hagging.
life.
So she
Hashtag hag life.
takes a deep breath in.
You notice you don't have to breathe.
Oh. I feel really good. Oh, now, do you fight for me now? She says to the hearts.
You actually you feel words in your mind. Hunger, 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 hunger. Eat the fleshies, eat the fleshies. New sibling, move around, new sibling. Hunger, hunger, hunger.
Oh, but look at the big one. The big one is full of flesh and it's not quite gone yet.
Make a persuasion roll.
Okay.
Come on, Zell.
Oh, that's a 22.
22. Okay,
Look
you know
how
what?
delicious and plump and shiny and meaty it looks.
We're gonna resolve this all at once. So we're gonna come back to that. You monster.
I have a question. Is this
Literally.
conversation between Zell and the heart happening internally, or are we hearing her talk to herself?
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
I think she said the meaty, shiny bit out loud.
And who is she referring to when she says this?
The
That's
big heart.
one.
The big heart.
Okay,
The big
just want to make sure. Red is
Not-
big right now. I just wanted to clarify.
Fair concern.
Cross my
Fair
mind.
concern.
And Ned is
I
tall.
thought maybe it was return of a stab, just way more. You know, I got
Are you bigger?
ones.
Are you bigger than the heart?
He's not bigger than the heart, but he big.
Yeah.
He's like gorilla now.
The big panda boy.
Mm.
Oh,
Gorilla
okay. Well,
panda.
oopsie. I just said the big one. I didn't clarify. So
Well, I am not glistening. I do am covered in hair, so I
Right,
do want to
right,
make sure that
right.
clear. So
the heart is glistening with goo, I assume.
Yeah. Oh, it's bleeding. It's bleeding bad. This thing is not good. So the horde attacks. It goes through the rest of its attacks. It attacks Ned.
Oh, okay.
That's a 16.
Hits.
I don't have any more reactions, Ned. Sorry.
It's okay.
For 9 points of piercing.
Uncanny dodge that.
All right.
Yeah.
Bring that down to 4.
Then it attacks Red. 17.
To hit? Yeah.
All right. That is 6 points of piercing.
Okay.
And they also bite the large heart.
Yes.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, that's stupid. That's a 22. Oh, come on.
Get it.
I gotta roll that for 9 piercing. That's annoying. It looks like they start just like eating through it now.
Ooh.
And that brings us then to Red's turn.
Red's going to use his bonus action to slam that flaming sphere back into the heart, and hopefully all the ones that are chewing on it as well.
Yep.
So they need to make dexterity saving throws, the hearts and the big heart.
The tiny ones make a 17.
That passes, so they'll take half damage.
Big one gets a 3.
And it fails, so it'll get full. Full damage is 6, half is 3 fire. And then Red, seeing Zell tell hearts to attack this heart and everyone else seeming to have their own issues, decides to jump onto the heart in his big panda version and pops one of his another one of his vials and downs it, and then just vomits acid all over the giant heart.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is this party? This
Cook it.
strangest
Cook
party.
it.
Amazing.
Make it tastier.
And that will be, let's see here. Does it
We
make
have
a saving
seen
throw, or is it just
so many
hit?
bodily functions of Red this session.
A dex saving throw.
You're
That's a
standing on
6.
top of it. Yeah.
So that fails.
Yeah.
So it starts. It will. Does it take it? It only starts at the beginning of its turn, I believe.
I'm gonna let you know, Red. Pretty sure that's enough.
Yeah. Yep.
This is your
So
moment.
2d4. Yeah, 2d4 acid here.
It
2d4
needed 2.
acid.
This is your
Well,
moment. How do you acid vomit this enormous, disgusting heart?
So he climbs up to the top where the aorta is, and with his long bestial claws now that are the red panda claws that have just overgrown, he tears into it and just pulls it apart, sort of like splitting a straw in half. And as he does so, he vomits inside the aorta as it beats its heart, and the acid fills the giant heart as it beats quickly, as we've been told. And just completely disintegrates from inside, falling into a big goo, sort of like on Stranger Things. Those big goos.
Yeah.
Just a big goo of glorp. Also, I imagine would also disintegrate the hearts that were on it as well. And that's he kind of jumps off of it and shakes off some goo, and then
Oh, well, that was fun.
You peed on a pedestal and you barfed in a heart.
Correct.
animals, man, animals.
Beautiful leaking mammal.
Hey, I'm an alchemist. I use my own chemistry against the bad guys. That's what I do the whole time.
Okay.
And the heart
Literally
melts
gagging.
down.
Literally gagging.
And it steams. And inside of the heart, there's a person. A gnome. Covered in, well, red viscera and a little bit of green goop.
Red just sort of washes it, like wipes it off.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Do they look familiar?
They don't. They look strange and new. Their skin is almost red like clay. And their eyes, when they turn, their eyes are a bright yellow.
This is not dissimilar to how we found Iat, actually.
I'm already a new mother. It's too soon for another.
I have a superior healing potion that we got last time we went by the guild. I'm handing that to Desi as I walk towards the snow.
I also have one of those.
Are there any more of those? You said
Here you go, Zeph. Here
Thank
you go.
you.
You can have mine.
Yeah, it's 8d4 plus 8.
8d4. Thank you.
84. Ooh. Thank you.
Are the remaining little hearts still around Zell? After
They're
the big
almost
one
like
died?
moving around like a shark, like a group of sharks circling at this point.
Oof.
You're currently out of initiative.
Bahamut.
It's just a gnome.
Yeah, but
Can you hear us?
And they do react to the words.
Ned will use Psionic Whispers as an action. I can choose up to 3 creatures. I can speak to them telepathically, and they can speak back to me.
Mhm.
And I will choose this gnome. Can you hear me?
You get almost what sounds like 3 conversations happening simultaneously. There is a barrage of words happening in your brain, but you do grasp something in the middle in a moment of silence. Barely. Yes.
Do you remember where you are?
No.
What do you want?
Nothing.
Okay. I'm going to reach out my hand to this little gnome.
The gnome takes it, and you see that there are little, almost claws on the edges of their hand.
Okay.
And they slowly stand up.
Do you want to come with us?
Who are you? And the voice does come out loud this time, and it is a booming voice that you feel through your bones.
We're just people that's trying to get out of here. This is a bad place.
Ayat starts glowing even more.
Glance over and Zell is just like picking at the various hearts that are surrounding her still.
Red seems to have lost interest in what's happening with the gnome, and at the gnome's feet seems to be scooping up some of the acid heart into vials and shaking it and going, interesting.
You're at the center of a really weird, bad place. You're literally at the center. And if you don't know what's going on, then I think this place
Make an
created you.
insight check, Nedren.
Mhm. Good. 19.
With your psionic understanding, you feel like you're talking to someone at the surface. You're talking to a mask. You're not talking to the person under the mask. Where should we go?
Out.
Out of here.
Yes.
Good. 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 Will everyone make a religion check for me?
— 17.
15.
15.
I will
22.
cast Borrowed Knowledge on myself to give
Nice.
myself proficiency in religion.
Dope.
I rolled a 1.
You already got a child, like you said.
I'm-
Nat 1. 1.
Red, which makes this ironic because I'm willing to bet that Ron will get it, and then Ron's panic will feed me. Red, you notice on their neck, it disappears very quickly, but you see a symbol appear only for a second. And it looks like there's drops of blood in a circle and a skull in the center that fades. That's for you, Ron.
Yeah, thanks, man.
What does it mean?
I'm not going to tell you because you need to find out for yourself. Yeah, Red just picks up the vials and yeah, let's go. And sort of backs away a little bit. We should go
okay.
right now.
Yeah.
Aya
Okay.
starts to glow bright now, and you see then a gateway appears in front of all of you. A portal. A dimension door of sorts.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
All right.
That's the way out. Ayat, is this the way out?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm taking them with me. You coming with me? Huh?
Are you talking to Ayat or the hearts?
Hearts.
You know what? Make an animal handling check for me.
They're like my little pets now.
What have I done?
17.
A large group of them create almost like a bed and like start carrying you.
You can help me gather souls.
Zell.
You must remain covert. Yes, sir.
Hey, we haven't checked in a bit. Everything okay? Specifically under your feet?
Yes. Everything is good. We're going, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I slowly put away the copper wire I was going to use to contact my dads in case this went poorly. And I just sort of shimmy on.
Zell does not. Zell, because she wasn't in the last couple episodes. I think maybe she doesn't fully comprehend the danger of these hearts.
Oh yeah, that's great. So who wants to go through the portal first?
Hey Ned, before we go through the portal, hey, could you, just because I'm curious for scientific purposes how it works, could you maybe could we talk?
Yeah, sure. And I'll say we'll say I selected red as one.
And in your head, you hear him scream, "It's Ball! It's Ball! We gotta go! It's Ball! That's Ball!" And he points at he literally points at the little red gnome with yellow eyes. Ball! It's Ball! We gotta go!
Okay.
God of murder! He's supposed to be dead. He's not alive. Oh
Hey.
my God!
All right. Iat and Desi, you want to go first through the portal? I'll stay back with our new friend for a second.
I'll go first.
No, that's fine. Actually, we want to make sure that it's safe.
No, believe me, I can do that for you.
No, that's fine. And I will grab its arm.
Am I picking up on this at all?
I mean, I would say roll insight because I don't know. Red is trying to keep it from
Can I?
Ball.
Make a deception check, Nedren, and make an insight, Zeph.
Well,
Eh.
that's a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm using another one of my psionic energy dies to make that a 21.
Zeph, you can definitely discern something's up. Like something's a little off with these two.
I look at Ned.
I'm glad you're getting along.
And I wink hard.
Go ahead and go. I think it's safe. We
Okay.
just need to be sure.
I go through.
Okay.
Let's go. And she's letting the carts carry her through.
Yep, they carry you through. Ayat starts leaning on you, Desi.
Yeah, together I'll help him walk out.
Okay. You 4, technically, make it to the other side. Red and Ned, you are still with the gnome.
I think we're safe. Red?
Yeah, we're great.
In your head, you hear, "What's the plan?"
And you hear in return in your head,
Have fun.
They start pointing towards the portal.
Okay.
There it is. And they twist their hand.
Just go. Just go. Go.
and Red pulls a vial, pops the cork, and downs it again and again. And he grapples the gnome.
I will also try to grapple the gnome.
I would like both of you to roll initiative for me.
Okay.
See who is going to go first in this circumstance. Oh,
Well, I rolled an at 1.
10.
17.
Not good.
Gah.
This avatar of Ball casts a spell. They cast Dispel Magic on the portal.
Oh no!
And you 4 see the portal disappear behind you. And this gnome, their eyes go entirely black. Their skin fades to a dusty white, and then black cracks form across their veins.
Knew it was you, Dreadlord.
And their head snaps at a 90-degree angle to the side. And they I haven't had a body in a long time. It's your turn, Ned.
What are you the god of again? Ned said as he draws a dagger and just jams it straight through his heart.
Roll that attack.
It's technically engaged with us, so hopefully this will give me a sneak attack.
Mhm.
Okay. Come on. Okay. That's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
I'm fighting a god. What am I doing here? 16 points of psychic damage
And where do you stab him?
in the heart.
Ned, you stab this creature in the heart. And then you feel a pain in your chest. And you take 16 points of psychic damage.
Oh.
And black blood starts seeping from their lips.
You're staying here. I mean,
Is that your turn, Ned?
I have a bonus action and another dagger.
Yes, you do.
I look at Red. I'm not looking good.
You can kind of see that in Red's eyes, though he's still this big version of him now again. You can kind of see not the light, but the hope from his eyes fade. It almost looks like he's resigning himself to the fate.
Ugh. Ugh.
I will say, it does not look like this creature is hostile. Would you like to exit initiative, or do you actually want to keep doing something?
I think I'm frozen there, holding the dagger, not sure whether to stab this gnome, stab Red, or stab myself, because this is the god of murder. And I just, and then I just, no.
Question for you, Gabe.
Shoot.
Are we on a floating, like, what are we on? Is it a floor? Is there, like,
You're on a
further
floor
down?
currently. Yes.
Okay, so there's not
Like a stone floor.
But Ned makes his other psychic dagger go away and just looks at this little guy.
And then you see them. 1, 2, 3, 4 familiar figures. Oral, Tiamat, Vecna. And the figure that you seem to think was Bahamut, that seems to rip the pieces away. And instead, underneath, you see a drow woman, Kiransali. And Baal looks at the other 4. Well, cousins, which of you two want these? We'll find the others later. And then we'll wake our other resting cousins. Because the artificer is dead, so we are free. And the camera fades as it travels out to the 4 that stand safely on the other side of the portal in an open field. An open field you don't recognize. I had found a place somewhere far, somewhere distant, somewhere safe. And Desi, Zell, Zeph, and Ayat, you all stand there. The other 2 nowhere to be seen. And the portal closed.
Wait, what happened?
I turned
Where
to
did they
Desi
go?
and Ayat.
Desi, Ayat, we have to go back. We can't leave them.
I
There was
didn't.
something weird going on.
Why didn't they come?
Their gnome friend was kind of spoopy.
Spoopy.
Well, can your heart friends here help with that portal? Can we make another one?
They seem stupid. I don't know how to describe this. Like in a way that makes more sense. They seem like ants.
I have a connection to your mom. Could she help us?
He's not mom. Is copy. Ayat is copy. But is copy of a copy was also Ayat, but different. Ayat. And it seems like they're trying to like parse something. You can piece together if that was also a manifestation of Tiamat, then it's almost as if you have 2 versions of the same person, but raised in different environments so that they became different.
I take both of their hands.
Whatever you are, Ayat, whatever you were born as, you are our friend. Can you help us save our other friends?
I try.
Please do.
Rest first, and we try again.
We might not have that kind of time.
Yeah, we'll try.
Thank you.
And they look like they're almost like trying to channel something. but you see light start to form and then fizzle out, almost like a spark won't surge, and there's frustration. Just...
I give them my grimoire.
Here, it's from the Feywild. It's from an Archfey. Use it all. Just save them, please.
It almost burns their hands when they touch it. And it's then that you see it. In the distance. All around you, pillars of light shooting up out of the ground. Some maybe miles, others over hills and mountains. 9 beacons of light piercing the clouds into the sky. And I think that is where we will wrap up our finale of Fortune and Fate.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Well done.
What a way
I'm
to go.
sorry,
out.
friends.
Stuck in a dungeon with a god of murder. What could go wrong? It's like a great
The
sitcom.
dead god of murder, the reincarnated god of murder.
It's a great cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Oh my
that's great.
goodness gracious.
Whew, what a ride. Very tense, and I loved every second.
Zell just
Yeah, seriously.
Zell is a delight.
That was a delight.
Creepy
I-
delight.
Blame Gabe for everything.
I'm here for it. I will.
That's fair.
Jess, I will always enable your chaos
Yes.
any day of the week.
Chaos Queen.
Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you, Gabe.
That was my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jalen. Thank you, Naseem. Thank you, Ron. Thank you,
guys.
Jessica.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
Thank
all
you
of
to-
you at home for joining.
Thank you, all of these
Yeah,
wonderful
thank you,
viewers here with
everybody.
us tonight.
Hanging with us for that entire ride. Ron, I want you to know that because you are such a D&D lore person, this was a gift for me watching your reactions.
Great. I'm
I
so
could tell.
glad. Yeah. I didn't want to give it away right away with Ball, but I was like, I couldn't hold it in. I wasn't going to hold it in until the end. There's no way I was going to be able to do that
Yep.
at all.
Oh
Not at all.
man.
Yeah.
But yes, as we said at the beginning, first of all, there's something because my mic went weird at the beginning of the show that I forgot to say, which is that we now have an amazing dice sponsor, Die Hard Dice.
Yeah.
If you go to dieharddice.com
Oh, yeah.
and use the discount code Dungeon Run, capital D, capital R, and Dungeon Run, you can get yourself a sweet discount. We love the people at Die Hard Dice; they're amazing folks. I highly recommend their dice trays. They're collapsible. They're awesome. Some beautiful dice on there. So get yourself some sweet stuff. Go to our Patreon, patreon.com/thedungeonrun. You get some amazing discounts on our merch. You get some behind-the-scenes stuff. Our chat shows, which I think everyone here has appeared on at this point. Exclusive access to the VODs of that. And if you are a high enough level patron, you get an amazing little perk, which is that we read your name off at the end of the show in a style of our choosing. And, we wanted to go out with a bang. Does everyone have the lists of our forces of nature and force of cosmos in front of us?
I gotta pull that up.
Yes, I can put it here in chat too.
That'd be
Okay.
incredible.
Now, starting with force of nature, Jessica, I think we'll start with you, but I mean everyone of course join in. From Sitar, for force of nature, we would like to read the names as a yoga instructor calling out different positions.
What?
Hmm.
Incredible.
Okay, everybody, take a deep breath in. Hold it for 60 seconds. Keep holding. Keep holding. I hear some people letting it out. Gold family, I hear you letting it out. Hold it in. Okay, now let it out. There you go. Very good. Very good. Okay, so we're going to lift our hands up in a salutation to Breba. And then bring those hands together. Now whip those wrists out like you're displaying just jewels all over your fingers and wave those fingers. Show off those glorious rings. Yes, very, very good. Okay. Now we're going to get down on all fours, arch that back, chins up, and howl at the moon like lesbian wolf. Ow! Very good. Support that breath. Okay, now we're going to stand up. Put our hands together once more. Lean over to your left side. Lift up that right foot, and we're going to pour it into the beaker par. Pour it into the beaker par.
I really feel that.
Yes, that
something.
long stretch. You should feel that long stretch along your fenderill. And if you feel pain similar to a kitty scritches, you're in just the right place. We want to stay right there. Okay, now you're going to get back down onto all fours again, but this time backs on the floor, all of your limbs up in the air, and you're gonna wiggle around like an Armando 89. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Release your inner child. Wah! Wah! In this position, we're going to release all of your past decisions and make peace with them. Wah! Wah!
Honey, this is the weirdest Groupon you've ever sent me.
So good though. I can feel the stretch in my fenderill.
That isn't a part of the body. I'm sorry.
And Savasana, humankind be both.
Incredible. And that's our force of nature.
I want my money back.
And lastly, from Team Force of Cosmos, this is for everybody. As suggested by Perry Martin, truckers on the CB radio. Come in, down to clown, breaker, 19. Or I'm all down to clown tonight. How y'all doing out there?
I'm having a great go time. I'm ready for some magic. If you are ready for some abracadabra, breaker 1919, if you're down to clown.
Coming in
Breaker, this Gorman played. This here Gorman played. I was wondering if you guys have heard or seen Student of Grimm. I haven't heard of him for a couple weeks now.
Oh man, I passed Grimm College about 2 weeks ago on that abracadabra. You back on me?
Hey, does anybody know where the nearest rest stop is? Because I gotta take a Lincoln break, if you know what I mean. Over.
This is Student of Grimm. Over. That's wild, man.
Oh, he's alive. He's alive.
Gordon played. I think I'm nuts because I've been looking for you for weeks. Where are you?
Howdy!
Oh, I'm going to my 7-Eleven cup. I'm going in the 7-Eleven cup. There we go.
We all been there. We all been there.
Everyone.
When you gotta take a Lincoln break, yeah, man, you know you gotta go. It has been one of those shows.
Student of Grimm, I just want to let you know. Your mom's looking for you. You might want to take a trip home.
Again?
Yeah, it's a birthday and you missed it. It's okay.
Oh, we love you. Patreon.com/thedungeon. We could do this for another hour. Thank you so much, everybody. Next week, be on the lookout. We have something special in store. Might be a session 0 for a potential character that you have.
Marvel, what are you doing?
All I know is Katie Michaels, bless her. Everyone send loving wishes to Katie Michaels because she's days away from possibly having a baby at this point.
Possibly.
Well,
it might be a baby,
possibly
it might not
away.
be a baby.
We assume it's a baby. And there might be someone new joining our table for campaign 2s, and their session 0 might be happening next week.
Incredible.
We love you.
Check it out.
Thank you for being with us on this, our season finale of Fortune and Fate. Gabe, you outdid yourself.
Yes.
I'll miss these characters, but we'll see what we can do about the future. But we'll have some fun. Gabe, you got an awesome new job, by the way. Congrats, we haven't mentioned that. Steamforged Games.
Yes, I'm a senior game designer over at Steamforged. I need these projects to finish sooner because I am I basically have to like shut myself up so I don't break NDAs. Like
Sure.
I talk about NDAs like, oh yeah, I've got like, so here's the problem. When you have like an NDA with different companies, it's easier to not say something. When you know like what the next 6 things are, it's like, oh God, don't do this to me.
Ooh. Jalen, anything you want to plug? If you want to tell people where they can find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter, just at Jalen K. Cassell. Instagram's the same, and keep an eye on socials over the next couple of weeks because there might be a fun thing.
Ooh, fascinating! Can't wait. Naseem,
So
anything going on in your world? Venture Maidens, we see you out there tonight. Thank you for rating us. But
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was amazing. If any of y'all are still here, thanks so much for joining. And if you want to see what the Venture Maidens are about, you'll find me there too as a regular cast member on the Venture Maidens podcast.
such a great
It
show.
is some adult content. There are content warnings every episode, so you can listen as much as you like. The campaign currently, we are doing campaign the Favor campaign. It's brand new. We're only like 20 some episodes in, so there's plenty of time to catch up. And no past seasons necessary for you to jump into this one. And then everywhere else on the internet at Nazgul.
where fine podcasts are sold. No, they're not sold, but you know what I mean. And that's Jess, Ron. Am I forgetting anything?
We've got a new cut down of our episodes.
That's
Yeah.
right. Check out the Dungeon Rush. See cut down edited versions of our new episodes for campaign 2. But thank you so much for joining
Follow us
us
on TikTok.
tonight. Follow us
Yeah,
on TikTok. Good, cool things happening on TikTok. We're down with the kids on the clock app.
Morgan, don't say it like that. Come on. Now they're not going to go.
Sorry. It's awesome.
Dad.
Dad!
Oh, Marvel
So
Dad.
sorry. I'm so sorry. We love you. Thank you so much, everybody. Lastly, humankind.
People.
Be
Bebo.
both.
We love you.
It started. It started. It started. Started. As a simple dungeon run. As a simple dungeon run.